Welcome to ISB, Sahiba. I think this is the
you.
third time you are here.
Yes.
Right. So Sahiba, you're an actor, you're a marketer, you're a YouTuber, and you're a lot more than what meets the eye in the first place. Right.
Thank you.
So we're absolutely proud to have you here
Yeah.
for the third time, and it is a great association that you're building. I think with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I love ISB. Every time I come, I meet very, very smart but fun people who know how to live life and work to the fullest. So it's great. I love the crowd that's in ISB.
Awesome. And how have your experience so far been, like with working with the ISB? And also you took a masterclass on what they don't teach you about marketing in B school, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
how has the experience been with
So you know, with ISB, I have a very personal relation because A, my best friend graduated from here, and second, my dad came as a guest lecturer himself for finance once. So, and I still remember once that he was invited, and I was like, maybe ek din papa ki tarah jaungi. And then last year I was invited, and I told him, and he was really happy. And that was a very cute moment that we shared. So, obviously, it's like a personal anecdote I have. But again, ISB is a great place. You have a very, very good crowd. You have amazing teaching faculty. And I was very happy coming here. And in fact, I told my team also, let's stay on campus only. I don't want to leave campus. It's great. I like it.
Absolutely. I think it's a great facility we have built, and you've absolutely inherited the generation wealth of coming to ISB.
Yeah.
So
now my kids will have to come. It's pressure.
absolutely. We hope they will come, but I'll not be here probably. So.
No, please don't be here during that time.
So we just discussed, like, you've taken on multiple hats.
Yeah.
You've worked with multiple companies, Zomato, an academy, and now with Star Sports.
Yeah.
Right. And how do you manage all of this? And as B school students, right, time management is very critical at any point of time.
Yeah.
Right? So tell us, like, what inspires you to do so much, and how can we learn from you how to better manage time and wear so many hats and do so much of stuff?
So first thing, being in B school anyway teaches you a lot of time management because you have a lot to do and not enough time to do it. Whether it's your placements, you're working on your resume, whether it's your assignments, exams, everything. So you've already crossed the foundation level of how to do it, because I think I also learned it when I was in B school on how to manage. Sleepless nights, waking up in the morning, cooking, etc., etc. तो वो सिखा देता है. But from a work POV, I would have to say that I do not believe in the concept of Saturday and Sunday. When there's work, and I don't see the time of day, and I don't see the day of the week. And when there's no work, I also am a huge supporter and encourager of time out, self-care, and taking a break when you need it. So for me, when there is work, you do it. Whether it's middle of the night, whether it's on a Sunday, work is work and work is worship. And because you become so good at what you do and you're doing it all the time, you have the leisure to take off when you want. So that is my advice to everyone. जब काम है काम करो, जब नहीं है तो बिंदास छुट्टी लो. But then work towards that. A lot of people are like, no, on Sunday I won't even pick up a call. Finish the work on Sunday, then take a day off in the next week. It doesn't matter. Today's day and age is too fast-paced, and you can't be just reliant on one day I will take an off and not touch work. So you have to manage accordingly.
And it's a very fluid world anyway, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you're saying the rigid concept of weekend and weekdays.
Yeah.
And also, I think you're getting into the conversation where, we need to work a lot harder towards what we are setting the goals for, right?
I'll tell you why also.
Yeah.
Everyone is irreplaceable in today's day and age. If you can't do it, there are 100 others from ISB itself that can take your job. So people just want to see someone who will give it their all. It is an unfortunate truth also, but the numbers speak in India, right? You can get easily replaced. If you don't do it, someone else is doing it. If I'm not doing it, someone else is doing it. So you have to create a mark in the industry to strive to be irreplaceable. And that is the toughest thing to do. Why do people say, Scandinavia is the best place to live or Europe is the best place to live? वहाँ skill और talent की कमी है. India में नहीं है.
Yeah.
And that's why it's easy, because if someone wants to take 1 hour off and enjoy lunch, India mein, if you do that, unfortunately what people are going to think about you. It is sad, but it is true. And now we just have to adapt to that now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's a very good point for entrepreneurs who are going to build companies from ISB to
Yeah.
have that culture and not set like very rigid boundaries and not let set like make lala companies, as we as we typically
Don't like Lala company. We don't do Lala company.
yeah. So from there, like you have worked with Indian companies, like people from India who started these
Yeah.
companies, right? So how do you choose which company to work with, and how do you choose what role will you take on?
So I don't think that you have a choice, firstly, because when you're a product of a business school or when you're a product of a non-business backing family, your job is the most important thing in your life, right? Getting the job becomes priority number one. And I don't think it's right to be choosy. I always tell people advice, pick the first job you get. While working there, then you can afford to be choosy. So if you get a job at ABC but you want it XYZ, choose ABC. And while working there, make your CV grow, get the expertise so that XYZ will want you, or when you apply, you'll get the job. If you keep waiting for XYZ, it could be months, it could be years, and then your skill is going down, and then you might feel low or redundant. So choice comes after you are at a comfy position, not when, beggars can't be choosers. There's a reason why it's like that. So always get the first job. Once you're working, then you can make any choice that you want.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you worked on in marketing
Yeah.
a lot, and marketing is a very, very dynamic field again, right? Like
Yeah.
something or the other changes every day. So
Yeah.
how do you adjust to this dynamic field, and
Yeah.
how do what will you suggest? How people can accommodate themselves to the changing.
I think
realities?
knowledge about and awareness about what is happening in society, how the consumer base is changing, how people's mentality, psychology is changing. So knowledge about things around you in the market is very important, because as a marketeer, you need to know first the most basic foundation is your consumer. So knowledge about what is happening is very, very important. You cannot have a marketing campaign and not know about the socio-economic setting of where your consumer is, what mindset they are in. And a lot of mistakes happen because people don't know what is going on around the world. You launch campaigns and so many have been a PR mistake. So many have been rolled back because the context of where the people are have not been taken into sensitivity. So awareness is very important. Second, even me, there's so many new dynamic evolutions happening in marketing, whether it's AI, whether it's tech, maybe it's different formats of content that you have to keep up. So you really need to study. You need to go on LinkedIn and see what's happening. You need to talk to other marketers to see what's happening. So just again, I think that again falls under knowledge. So right now I'm reading a lot about AI to understand tech, to understand these softwares and all. So you have to just like keep on learning, and the learning doesn't stop.
Right. And Chat GPT and AI is absolutely helping us
That
learn.
was the most basic. So, so when Chat GPT came, that was the pioneer. Now you have more than 1,000 softwares. Yesterday I got to know that there is a software where you just write one prompt from your voice. Like I'll just say, make a song on a heartbreak in Arijit Singh's voice. And a song with full lyrics, full music, Arijit's voice, everything will be ready just because I've said this prompt. It's crazy.
I don't know if Arijit will be happy to know that,
Of course not. But these tools are there.
Yeah, these tools are there. So, what tools do sort of you use, and what do you suggest? Like, if someone is looking to, let's say, from B schools, we have a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people wanting to build companies, right? So, how do you suggest people find their passion of where they want to get into?
See, finding your passion can never be something that a third person can tell you. It is too intimate, it's too personal. Not even your parents, not even your therapist, nobody can tell you what your passion is. But anything, I would say this personally, anything that gets you excited to wake up in the morning, anything that you feel while doing it is getting you joy or is therapeutic, and something that you complain about the least. Because we are humans, we complain about everything. There's nothing that we don't complain about. But something that you complain about the least, these three things can help you find your passion. For me, strangely, it's traveling and food. Like I'm obsessed with food and travel. So there has to be something that everyone is obsessed with. And I don't think it's necessary to make passion into your career as well. If you can, it's great. I think you're very lucky that you can. But sometimes it's okay for it to be a passion or a hobby. That's also fine.
I think food passion is very visible for you. Like you stepped into Chandigarh, we are at Mohali campus, and,
Yeah,
and
I
you wanted
needed
to
my
explore
butter
the
chicken and my naan and my mutton. Yeah, I was very excited.
right, absolutely. And so let me take this conversation into a little more like a serious, different topic. So you openly talk about sort of political awareness, being active in the society, contributing to the civil society, etc. Right, and it's so much important for B school students who want to make their contributions in business and society, right? So how do you navigate sort of the trickiness of this topic, but also maintain that you are doing your bit?
Unfortunately, being politically aware or vocalizing my viewpoints comes at a very big cost. Um, my parents have been worried about me, even if I say the most simplest things like go out and vote. I was a huge advocate of the elections and I was pushing people every day to go get their Aadhaar cards. I was giving information on where you can get your voter ID. I was sending information on how you can find information about the candidate. So I went all in, and anytime, whether I say something bad, people are going to hate me. Whether I say something good, like I did yesterday, there was a minister and I got to know about his next plan about deploying 6G in India. Brilliant plan. I was admiring them. I'm going to get hate. If I don't say anything, if I'm quiet, I'm still going to get hate. So unfortunately, this is the collateral damage that I have chosen for myself. But I also feel like it is kind of my duty. It is my right. I live in a democracy. I can say whatever I want, especially about politics, because I am a citizen of India and I need to hold people accountable. The only thing is I don't force my opinions on you. I will share what I think, and I always say this is my point of view, or I will share facts from credible sources कि ये हो रहा है, तुम देख लो तुम्हें क्या सोचना है इसके बारे में. And for future leaders, knowing the political scenario in your country is very important, because a business cannot flourish without having even a little iota of some political involvement in it. So whether it's a small startup, you need to know what mind frame your consumer base is in, like I said, and if you're a big industry, you need support of politicians, unfortunately or fortunately. So it becomes very important to be aware. You can be politically agnostic and neutral, that आपको बात नहीं करनी किसी के बारे में, ठीक है. It's, if you're not from the field, nobody's going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
But you can't be naive about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think also that in general, like people need to disassociate the personal like views of the person and then their political views.
100%. Because for example, I get invited to places that are supported or driven by certain politicians or political party where my ideologies won't meet. But I'll still go because my personal bias can take a seat, my professional front can take a step up. Also, if they're doing something good, I want to see it. And I'm very open to change my views also, and I have in the past few years. So I'm really happy talking politics with anyone, as long as you don't get angry. Just have a normal, mature conversation.
Yeah, right. And that is the sort of personal brand that you have built for yourself as well, right? That you stand up for this and then you're like very vocal about what you sort of advocate for.
Yeah.
Right? So let me check with you, like how do you suggest the personal branding in today's environment has become very important?
Very good segues you're doing. Very seamless segues.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, this personal branding aspect has picked up a lot, and everyone sort of needs a personal branding today. So how do you suggest to build a personal brand? How do you find your niche? How do you build a personal brand, and how do you maintain it over time?
Everyone speaks about having a niche. सब बोलते हैं कि if you want to survive in the digital world, that you must have a niche. I don't believe in that. I feel like niche is a very redundant thought, because people are dynamic, humans are dynamic, and you can never have one niche. You have 1,000 aspects to yourself. You can't be like put me in this bucket also कि चलो मैं ISB में हूँ तो मेरा अब niche है business schools. अब मैं सिर्फ business और finance के बारे में बात करूँगा. I'm sure you have 100 other things that add to your personality. So I'm very skeptical about this suggestion of finding your niche. But what I'm a huge advocate of is being authentic and genuinely you. Never fake it. Never compare yourself to someone else. Never copy, paste, or replicate. And just be exactly who you are in real life, on screen, on social media. And I think that really helps in your branding. For example, there are a lot of entrepreneurs and founders who are the face of the brand. And that will work only if you're your true self and your brand's tonality or positioning matches yours. As soon as you have a very different brand and your personality doesn't match, and you fake it so that you can match it, people can call bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? They can see it.
Yeah.
So build yourself in such a way that you're transparent. People are very smart. Again, I don't know why people say that audience buddhu hai. Audience bilkul buddhu nahi hai. India has a very, very smart audience. They can cut through fakeness. They can see where you're trying to milk. They can see where you're trying to capitalize. Just be your true self and build your brand on genuinely what your parents and your best friend know of you is exactly how you should be.
I think that is something that is so different about you. You always advise to people to explore everything that they want.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
you have to. In fact, my masterclass, what they don't teach you in business school is about everything that is going wrong. So learning from mistakes is the best thing, actually.
Yeah, and I don't think my marketing professor will be happy to not segment. He's been asking us to segment always. So
Don't call me again, it's fun.
absolutely, we will have you again soon, I think. Yeah. So while I love this conversation that we're having, and I would want this to continue, but being cognizant of your time, I'll just give you a few words for this last section of ours.
Okay.
And if we can have like your quick top of the mind thoughts on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal branding.
Non-stop and authentic.
Social media marketing.
I think people stress about it more than it should.
Multitasking.
Multitasking, I think it's not only a woman's job.
Could you elaborate? I think there's some depth there.
See, I also feel like, okay, not all men, but I think multitasking is something women are biologically, they have inherited. It comes from the virtue of being a mother, and I think that makes you a multitasker, and working at home and working outside. And just society has imbibed these roles in you, you play multiple roles. Where males have got a role of one, which is the provider. I'm just talking about history here. And I think that's so deep-seated that multitasking has become so predominantly a women's thing. That, you know, your mothers are like crazy multitaskers, and then when women see their mothers be like that, they become crazy multitaskers, and then men see the provider thing, and then that's how societies suddenly start building. And I've actually seen that. Unfortunately, I've seen so many women who are so good at multitasking, and I'm always in awe, and it happened in my family, my dadi, my nani, my mother. All working women, all coming home and then catering to the family, all living their own life as well. And then men, no hate on them, working very hard at what they do, but then finding it very difficult to cope up with other roles. They try, but they can't do it as beautifully as women do. So I really feel like we need to evolve, whether it's biologically or societally, for men to become much more stronger multitaskers.
My mother might see this conversation and ask me to learn cooking now.
Yeah, 100% you should.
Yeah. But I'll jump off that quick then. Leadership.
Oh, never, leadership, never do it in silos, never alone. You are a product of your team, so ego comes at the bottom, and you are exactly what your team is. So it's always a collective thing.
Right. And new ventures.
Guts.
So leadership and guts combined. So team and guts combined maybe.
Yeah. You need guts to start anything. Anything, you need guts and passion and a drive. And I feel new ventures, whenever I meet an entrepreneur, I have too much respect for them, no matter how big or small the business is. It's come from a lot of mehnat and a lot of guts and a lot of sacrifice. So just guts for new ventures.
Nice. Are you planning one anytime soon?
No. One thing I know I am not, I wouldn't say not capable, one thing I think I will not be able to do my best as be an entrepreneur and start my own business. इतने guts नहीं है.
So maybe we'll see you wearing that hat someday.
Someday,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just need a couple of co-founders. I can't do it alone. So.
Absolutely. I think we can help you with the co-founders from this institute.
Oh yeah.
So
that'd be great.
we
Do you
can
have a ISB incubator?
We have an ISB incubator, yes.
Okay, I know where I'm going
Yeah.
next.
We'll find you there next. Perfect. I absolutely, delighted to have this conversation with you, Sahiba.
Thank you
sorry
so
we've run out
much.
of time, but I love this conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking out the time and joining us here at ISB's Mohali campus.
Thank you for having me. It's been utmost pleasure and best of luck for everyone who's going to sit for placements.
Thank you.
Read up on those case studies like crazy. And just be yourself.
Yeah, that is what people are doing. So yeah, but thank you so much.